Este projeto foi realizado com recursos da Lei Aldir Blanc e é uma realização do Ministério do Turismo, da Secretaria Especial de Cultura do Governo Federal, Governo de Goiás e Secretaria de Estado de Cultura de Goiás. Hello, this is the second video to talk to the world about the delicious dishes of the culture of Goiás, Central region in Brazil. Today, I'm going to talk about rice, a delicacy present on the table of Brazilians from the north to south every day. Rice from Asia is one of the oldest crops in the world. In Brazil, rice was introduced by Portugal in 1530, at the beginning of the colonization. In Goiás, it arrived through the explorers of the backlands of Goiás, who also brought spices such as salt, garlic, onion, and pepper. As I mentioned in the first video, the cuisine from Goiás is the result of a mixture of the culture of Portuguese, Indians, and Africans. Before the arrival of rice, the Indians who lived here ate cassava, a native tuber. The development of central region of Brazil was not easy due to the difficulty of trade and transport, as the large urban centers were on the seafront. Until the beginning of the 19th century, the basic food of the state of Goiás consisted of rice, beans, dried meat, corn, and cassava. So, the Cerrado, the Brazilian savanna, with its very rich and peculiar fauna and flora, made all the difference. The consumption of typical Cerrado fruits was fundamental for the survival of the region's colonizers. The new possibilities of ingredients transformed and improved several culinary preparations, consolidating and characterizing the cuisine of Goiás as abundant and diverse, and today it's extremely appreciated. Among these fruits of the Cerrado, pequi stands out. The Indians of central Brazil were the first people to use pequi in cooking, and due to the absence of white women to preserve their meals, indigenous women were the first cooks of the pioneers, who were later replaced by black slave women. The name pequi is of indigenous origin. Pi means skin and qui means thorn. Inside the pequi there is a stone covered with a soft, yellow, and aromatic edible pulp. Underneath the pulp there is a layer of very fine thorns, which covers a delicious chestnut. That is why the pequi must be cooked, and you do not bite the pequi. It must be carefully gnawed. Pequi is the symbol, the flagship of Goiás cuisine, and anywhere in Brazil, when you talk about pequi, you remember Goiás. It's called gold of Goiás. Here, pequi is used in several ways: in rice, chicken sauce, meat, sauteed in thick broth, in mush, pastry, canned, farofa, as oil, powder for condiments, in liqueurs, and even in sweeties. Inevitable was the union of rice with pequi. that became a typical dish and brings with it an unique representation of the history and culture of Goiás. The name of the creator of rice with pequi is not known for sure, but the dish that was initially consumed by slaves and the less favored social classes is now revered as a symbol of Goiás cuisine. Like most Goianos dishes, it is seasoned with saffron, pepper, and decorated with chives and coriander. Another delicacy found in the Cerrado and typically used in Goiás cuisine is guariroba. Its consumption was also learned through the Indians. Guariroba or gueiroba or gariroba is a palm tree and palm heart is extracted from it, which has a bitter taste and is consumed cold as a salad or hot, cooked pure or mixed with meat. It differs from the common heart of palm in that it has a firmer texture. Nowadays, it's possible to find it in preserves. The Brazilian favorite rice is agulha, that means needle, with fine and long grains. It has good performance, fast cooking, and soft after cooking. In Goiás, rice can be a single dish in a meal. In addition to rice with pequi, there is rice with pork, with some meat, rice with sausage, rice with everything in it, galinhada, panelinha, arroz de puta pobre, and arroz de puta rica. Galinhada is a soup without broth. A well-cooked rice with whole pieces of chicken. The dish appeared with the Portuguese pioneers who explored the interior of Brazil in search of gold. The chickens went a part of the entourage or were bought from roadside farm at that time. The chicken was easy to make and nutritious. It became the food of the tropeiros, cattle transporters, and like all delicious dishes, it never left the menu. From the traveler's food, it became food for the party people. Very hot chicken is reputed to be a holy remedy for a hangover. What the pinga, alcoholic drink, spoils, the galinhada heals. There is galinhada everywhere in the country, but none can compare to Goiás, in which pequi and guariroba are usually added. Rice with suan is also a legacy of the drovers who transported cattle to the southeast. The suan is the backbone of the pig that cooked with rice gives it a special flavor. Another option is to use homemade pork sausage, preferably spicy. And there is arroz de puta pobre, that means poor prostitute's rice, and arroz de puta rica, that means rich prostitute's rice. One version of the story is that in the past, in the brothels in Goiás, the girls who worked there, at the end of their work, had yet to make their own food. So they made rice by adding all the leftovers they found in the fridge. The food, even served to clients, has become known as arroz de puta pobre. A wealthy French cafetina, installed in Goiás, realized that in order not to lose her clients and make a difference, she increased the dishes with saffron, pieces of chicken, ribs, pepperoni, and vegetables. For the owner of the brothel, The traditional was very poor for the level of her establishment, and with the amount of ingredients added to her recipe, her dish became known as Arroz de Puta Rica. One of the other main ingredients of this recipe is smoked meat. The fame of both dishes became so great that it spread to some parts in Brazil. One version of this rice is rice with everything inside, which involves a mixture of meat and vegetables. The panelinha is one of the best and most popular current dishes in Goiás cuisine. The panelinha is a recent and gourmet name for one of the most delicious inventions of Goiás cuisine, a kind of rustic risotto with normal rice, meat or chicken, and spices to taste such as sweet pepper, saffron, and of course, pequi. And there are variations with preparation with other types of meat, fish, seafood, and vegetables. You have already seen that rice is the commander among the typical foods of Goiás. But the passion of the Goiano for rice is so great that it's often tasted pure, preferably if you have rapa. But what is rice rapa? Well, when the rice burns lightly at the bottom and generates a lightly roasted and crunchy layer, the Goianos goes crazy, calling the burnt rice rapa. That's because it usually sticks together and you have to scrape the spoon to get it out. You can have rapa in the small panelinha, rice with pequi and chicken, but the perfect rice rapa is that from the white rice. Let's get to practice. I'm going to show you how to prepare a traditional Sunday lunch. White rice, beans, okra, angu, and caipira chicken. The free-range chicken raised free around the house in the interior of Brazil is part of the domestic menu and also is in the traditional restaurants of Goiás. And then I'm going to make Arroz de Puta Rica. Come with me. Hello. Today I'm going to prepare rice with country chicken. Earlier, I harvested some flowers from Cerrado around us. Take a look. This is quaresmeira. It's a native flower that is very common in Cerrado this month. It's to decorate our country chicken. Okay, first of all, I'm going to prepare brown beans. Okay, I'm going to use carioquinha beans because they are very common in cuisine in Goiás. Okay, I will use just a cup of beans. I have to wash them. Drain and wash once more.
Now I will put them in a pan with hot water. While they are cooking, I will prepare the country chicken. Well, to get my country chicken a little bit more spicy, I will harvest some chili peppers. I can use the red ones or the green ones. As they are so strong, I think it's enough. Okay, here are the ingredients I'm going to use to prepare the country chicken. First of all, a small chicken, already cleaned. Then I'm going to use saffron, black peppercorn, chili pepper, and garlic, onion, salt, pork fat, and you can use the coriander or parsley and the chive at the end of the dish. Okay. It depends of your taste, how much saffron or pepper or garlic you are going to use. Goianos really love garlic, so I will use at about 5 cloves. Then I'm going to chop the onion. I will smash the garlic with some salt. Pepper. And saffron. Now use chili pepper. I will use just one, and later I will taste it and check if I would like to use more or not. Now I reserve it and take the chicken and scorch it. Follow me. And now I cut the chicken in a small piece. I have to take it out. Now I'm going to cover all the pieces of the chicken with the seasoning. Now I will take the pork fat, half cup of pork fat, and heat it. Now I take the pieces of the chicken and put them in the heated pork fat. Then I saute all the pieces until they become brown. Now it's brown. They're brown, and I'm going to take out some portion of the pork fat because it's too much. Now I put the onion. And saute them a little bit. Now I pour hot water. And while the country chicken is being cooked, I will prepare the white rice. Now let's prepare the Brazilian white rice. Here are the ingredients. I'm going to use 2 cups of white rice, 3 garlic cloves, salt, pork fat, but you can use butter if you want, or soy oil, or olive oil, or coconut oil, whatever you want. And I will use 4 cups of water, because the right proportion of rice to water is 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water. Well, I will smash the garlic with salt. Some people prefer just to chop it in a small piece and saute the garlic in a heated oil, but I prefer to smash it with the salt. Okay, you boil the water separately if you want to get a fluffy and tasty rice. While the water boils, I will prepare the rest. Rice gains 50 to 60% of volume after cooked, so choose something with room. Okay, so I put the pork fat first. Heat it. Now I put the garlic, saute the garlic, then immediately add the rice. Now, after I add the rice, I let it fry really well. After you added the rice, you have to let it be fried really well with the garlic. That seals the grain and also lubricates it, guaranteeing a loose rice at the end. Okay, once you fried the rice for a couple of minutes, it will start forming clumps. That is the cue to add the water. Then you stir a little bit, then you cover it. In about 20 minutes it will be ready. While the rice is being cooked, I will prepare the angu, piqui, and the okra. Now let's prepare the piqui. I took a pan filled with water. Then I will put about 15 piquis in this water. And now I sprinkle some salt and I'll take it to be cooked. Some people saute the piquis and season them with garlic, onions, and peppers. I prefer to have them just cooked with salt because you can taste the real flavor of the piqui. Now I take it to be cooked. Now let's taste if the rice is already ready. It's almost there. It is too hard. Some people prefer it al dente, like it is now. And some people prefer the rice is softer. So I will pour a little bit more water to get them softer. Now I'm going to harvest the okra. Okay, now I'm going to prepare the okra. The ingredients are some okras, 2 garlic cloves, salt, and pork fat. I smash the garlic with some salt. As you've noted, Goianos use a lot of garlic in all kind of food. We really love garlic. Okay, now I'm going to cut the okras. So avoid okra that is flat, because when they are flat, it means that they're old and the taste is not good. You have to choose green ones, and if you break one of its side and it breaks easily, we know that it's ready, it's good one. Okay, it's not old, and it's going to be soft. So I cut off the stems and cut it in a small piece. Some people prefer to cook them without slicing them, but I prefer it sliced. In this case, it won't take so long time to be cooked. I've already washed the okras. Now put a little bit pork fat, let it to be heated. Now I put the garlic. Saute the garlic. Now I put the okras gently. And just saute the okras until it becomes cooked. You just shake the pan until the okras become cooked. The bean is cooked. I'm going to seasoning it. I heat the pork fat. I have minced garlic with salt. I saute them. When the garlic becomes a little bit transparent, it's ready to add the cooked beans. I put the brown beans. Stir a little bit. Then I add its water. And now I let it boil until it becomes thick water. Okay, I stir a little bit and wait. It boils and it becomes going to become a thick sauce. Then it's ready. Here's the angu. The angu is ready, but I didn't show you how I prepared it today because in the first video I had already explained how to prepare angu. So take a look at the first video if you wanted to know the recipe of the angu. And now I'm going to chop the coriander and chive to sprinkle over the chicken that's already the moment to be eaten. Okay, now our Brazilian food, our country chicken with white rice is ready. So, the last, what I have to do, the last is to sprinkle this on the chicken. And then we have country chicken, picky, brown beans, white rice, okra, and the angu is waiting on the table. Let's taste it. Okay, now the magic moment. I taste it. I'll taste everything. Beans and rice. Angu with chicken. Okra. It smells smoked smoked food, and taste as well. Well, when you eat it, you remember those times when I was a child, having dinner or lunch with the family. It reminds me my childhood. You're thinking about piqui. Well, piqui you have to eat, to be eaten using your hand, and you cannot bite it because inside it there are millions of spikes. You have to eat like this. See? Now I'm going to prepare the farofa of banana. The ingredients are 3 bananas, a glass of oil, 2 garlic cloves, 1 small onion, some salt, a glass of flour, and pork fat. Okay, first of all, I'm going to heat the oil. Okay. While the oil is heating, I will prepare the bananas. I'll chop the bananas. Now, I'm going to fry the bananas, the sliced bananas. Okay, now I put gently the sliced bananas, but not all of these, half part of this. While the banana is being fried, I will cut the garlic cloves. This way, in small pieces. Then I chop the onion. Now I put the pork fat, a little bit pork fat in a pan, and now I add the garlic, the onion, and I'm going to take it to be heated, and I'll saute the garlic and the onion just a little bit, pinch of salt. Now, take a look. The garlic and the onions are a little bit brown. They are toasted. Then I add the flour. Stir. And toast it for some minutes. I can't stop it mixing. Look at the bananas. They're getting brown. They're almost ready. The bananas are brown. They are red fried, but it depends on your taste. You can take them out like this, or you can fry them a little bit more and get them really dark brown. Okay, now I have to put them here to drain. It's really hot here. It's not easy to cook in a wood stove. Okay, now I put the flour, the seasoned flour, toasted flour here, and just stir. Now I'm going to harvest some tomatoes to decorate our rice. Here are all the ingredients I'm going to use to prepare Arroz de Puerto Rico. Here there are three chicken drumsticks, 4 small small pork ribs, 1 smoked calabresa sausage, pork fat, half of a glass of peas. I will use half of a glass of corn, a small glass of pupunha, a cup of sliced bacon, 2 small onions, and about 6 garlic cloves, salt, 2 cups of white rice, some tomatoes to decorate at the end, and sliced coriander mixed with chive, saffron, black peppercorn and 2 chili peppers. Now, how to prepare the rice? I'm going to start with the chicken. I will use 3 small garlic, salt, black peppercorn, and saffron, and chili pepper. Mash it. I'm going to season the chicken with the mixture of garlic, Now, I'm going to heat the fat to saute the chicken. The pork is heated. I put the chicken, saute it. Now, in another pan, I'm going to heat pork fat again and fry the bacon until it becomes crispy. Now that the chicken is fried, I take it and reserve. Now, in another pan, I'm going to heat the pork fat again and fry the sliced bacon. I'm going to fry bacon until it becomes crispy. Now the bacon is ready crispy. I take it and reserve it. Now, I'm going to chop the calabresa in small pieces. I'm going to let the rubs chop it in a small piece. And using the same bacon fat, I'm going to saute the calabresa sausage. Then I'm going to saute the sausage a little bit. I will saute the sausage for just a little bit. Then I will take the sausage then I will reserve the sausage, and now take the ribs to be fried. Now the ribs, as it is pork, it's better to fry it very well. Okay, the ribs are already fried. Then I will take the ribs and reserve them. Now I'm going to saute 4 spoons of corn, but just a little bit. I'm going to prepare to mash the garlic with salt for the rice. Salt, pepper, and a little bit more saffron. I mashed them. And chop the onion. I'm going to heat pork fat and add the garlic, the mixture of garlic, and saute it. I'm using another pan. Now I add the rice. And saute it for some minutes. Okay, after 1 or 2 minutes, now I'm going to add the sausage, the ribs, and the chicken. And the onion, the corn, mix it and let it and saute it a little bit more. I add hot water. Mix. And add the peas. Now I'm going to wait for about 30 minutes. Well, it's almost ready. I have just to wait it becomes a little bit more dry. As I like peas a lot, I will add some more peas now. But just because I love it. Okay, now the best moment. I'm going to taste it. Here, the rice and the parsley. I decorate with parsley, some tomatoes, the fried bacon, and farofa of banana. It's creamy rice. It's not dry, it's creamy. I can smell and feel the smoke. Oops. Banana and rice and bacon. What can I say? It's really delicious. Now I'm going to prepare some dumplings, rice dumplings. Okay, I will use 2 cups of rice, already cooked, parsley, 2 tablespoons of parsley, a cup of wheat flour, an egg, baking powder, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, oil, frying oil, and cheese. This is Mineiro cheese or Parmesan cheese, 2 tablespoons of cheese, grated cheese, and bacon already fried and chopped in very small pieces, and milk if it's necessary. If I want to get a smooth dough, I can use milk. In a bowl, I put the rice, parsley, cheese, the egg, bacon, black pepper, and wheat flour. I'm going to use the half then to check it. Mix. Now I'm going to use my hands to make balls. Baking powder, and now I model the dumplings, shape it as a ball. Like this. Now I have a frying oil. Gently I put it in the hot oil. So let's take a look. It's already browned. It's ready. Then I'll take it and let it here to be drained. And now I'm going to eat it, drink some soft drink. But it's a good idea to eat it with coffee or juice. Well, the dumplings are still hot, warm. Wow. It's fantastic. It's really delicious. Okay, you. Gente, que trem bom, hein?